Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sammy Snake Racing YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to do a series of videos which, if I'm being honest, I was inspired to do this by Widowmaker, another YouTuber. So if you're not subscribed to Widowmaker's channel, please do. It's something he did a couple of years ago and what made me stumble across his channel. That was when I was looking for ways to grind credits in the game, and I found a series of videos he was doing on the Tokyo Expressway race. Now, what Widowmaker did and what we're going to do in these series of videos is do the race with every single car that is in that race. So I've taken some screenshots. If I bring this up on the screen, the cars that are in this race, ignore P16, that was the car that I entered the race. You can see there's a Dodge Viper, an Aston Martin DB11, a Hurricane, an R8, an F-Type, an Alfa Romeo AC, Mercedes, you know, the list goes on, and there's all these other cars. There's 15 cars, and what I thought would be good to revisit is to do the race in each one of these cars. Oops, that's another screenshot. And see which performs the best. Tune them up to 600 pp with the updated. There's been a lot of updated physics since this was originally done, so I thought it was time somebody revisited it. Widowmaker did do it before me, so please show him some love by subscribing to his channel if you aren't already. But I thought this would be fun and different. Anybody who wants to do something that's more interesting than usual to grind some credits, feel free to get involved. We're going to go up the list. We're going to start with a Dodge Viper that's in P15 there and work our way up. So if you want to take some screenshots of the cars that are coming up, and maybe you could get ahead of me, try a tune yourself, get in touch, let me know. You go, I've done this tune, because I'm going to be starting from scratch for each car. So that's the first page. That's the next page. We'll be working our way up from P15 all the way to P1, and we're going to go through every single one of these, tune them up to 600 pp, see how they perform, and then we'll do a custom race with all of the cars with similar racing conditions to the race where you can earn credits through Tokyo Expressway, but we're going to put Sophy AI on it with all of these tuned cars and see whether we can stand a chance against all of these monsters tuned to the high heavens, and see what lap times we get and see what lap times Sophy AI gets. So without further ado, let's jump in to the process. I need to buy a Dodge Viper, tune it up, and see how it performs in this race. Let's go. Okay, so we're at the Tokyo Expressway in the Dodge Viper SRT10. So before we jump into the race and figure out the strategy, I'm going to show you the tune. I'm not 100% sure on this tune. I believe it will work. I hope it will work. But I'll talk you through my mindset and what I was thinking with this. So when you bought the car, it had sports hard tyres on it, and it was 508 brake horsepower, which gave it around 580 performance points. You're only allowed 600 performance points in this race. So I thought maybe I'll try some medium tyres on it, improve the handling, and immediately shot over 600 performance points. So I thought, okay, the only way I'd be able to make that fit is by reducing the power, adding some ballast, and I didn't want to do that because Tokyo Expressway, the track is a very fast flowing track, and top end speed will be quite important, and if I'm sacrificing that, it'll make me vulnerable, it'll be harder to overtake cars. So I thought, let's leave the sports hard tyres on. We won't have as much cornering speed, we'll be better around the fast parts of the track, the long straight, and our tyres will last longer because there's tyre wear in this race. That is a part of it. So with the sports hard tyres on, all I did was put some front aero and rear aero on, front wing, rear wing, front aero up to 140 downforce, rear to 206. If you try and go to 205, it goes over the threshold. What I wanted to do with the aero was get as much front end aero to help with the cornering, to stop the understeer, because around these fast flowing tracks the front end will try and wash away, particularly with a car like this that just has normal suspension. Dodge Vipers aren't known for the handling, so counteracting that with a lot of front end aero, and then you wanted to just have the rear. You want a little bit of rear aero to help with traction. Because with sports hard tyres and 508 brake horsepower, the back end will try to spin the tyres up. So I wanted as much rear end aero to help with that, but not too much that it slows it. You know, it's like a big parachute effect going down the straights. It slows it down the straights. Customizable racing gearbox, 350 kilometers an hour top end speed. Racing clutch and flywheel just to make it a little bit quicker between gear changes, which can help, and more responsive with the throttle. And then weight reduction to stage 1 and increased body rigidity with a brake controller, and we're going to want this on +3 just to help with a bit of rotation, and that's it. So we're going to jump into the race and see, you know, we're going to start off slow because we've got the sports hard tyres on, but I think the race will come to us later on and it's going to be interesting. We might end up doing one less pit stop than some others, so it's going to be an interesting one, this, and I don't think the Dodge is going to be one of the faster vehicles, but let's find out. Okay, I want to keep an eye on the fuel, get in the slipstream as much as possible. A little bit of short shifting won't really hurt with this car because a lot of the torque and top end speed, top end power drops off. It's very torquey in the lower rev, so we can use that to our advantage to save fuel. I'll have a sneaky look down the inside. We may want to make sure we don't hit any of these cars and ruin our clean race bonus, and we want to stay on this drying line as much as possible. There we go, quite a few overtakes done already. Back end trying to get a little bit wriggly. Oh, let's get aggressive with the AI. If we're on this drying line, there's not a lot that they can do. So here's a balance on these first few laps of trying not to go into the back of the AI that can go exceedingly slow around some corners, like Mr. Beauvoir. I'm trying to overtake but not hit him and jeopardize the credits that I'm going to earn from this race. Well, it doesn't feel like this car is on rails, but it doesn't feel too bad. You just got to drive it appropriately. Turn it in. I think our tyre wear, one of the things that will make this a viable option is the tyre wear will be quite good. So maybe some of these cars are on the softer compound, the medium, maybe even the soft sports tyres, so they will wear quicker. We've got to run on this Porsche. Use this slipstream. Save some fuel a little bit whilst we're here. So what is this top end of the Dodge going to be like? So actually looking at the speed, we're losing time to the leader Gallo, which I think is in the NSX. So the absolute top end speed of this Dodge isn't fantastic. Oh God, turn in. Nuts. Yeah, got to be careful of this wet track. It's a long race, 12 laps. So again, I don't need to push things too much. The race should come to us later. Very slow around this section, the AI, so you have to be especially careful that you don't come hurtling into the back of them. We've had a few races with. It's funny when like Hizal comes up, because we've had a few races in the daily races with Hizal, So we'll have a cheeky look. Come on, Mr. Hizal, let me past. It's normally what he's doing to me in the daily races online. Oh, I pushed him a bit wide there, but okay, we're up to P4 on lap 2. Keep it nice and controlled on this drying line. So Swillow has gone wide onto the wet, but four-wheel drive in that Nissan GTR absolutely flies off that hairpin. It'll be interesting to know what kind of lap times this Dodge can do in clean air. It was very much held up on that lap. As we know, the Cappuccino can do, I think, 156s. That to me is still the best car. If you do the engine swap tune on that, is, you know, if you just want to do this race as fast as possible, that's king. But we're trying to make the game a little bit more interesting by doing something different. Let's get this line in, hug it, feed the throttle in gently, then as it straightens up, again, nose in. Just had to be gentle with the throttle application there. Got to remember, we are in a Dodge Viper with sports hard tyres on. Oh, turn in. Let's see how we'll make quite a bit of ground in that corner. Not sure what tyres Swillow is on. Oh, Swillow. I hope that's not my clean race bonus gone, but that's just the AI being a bit erratic. That'll be unfortunate, but we'll carry on. That was just AI, GT7 AI at its finest. Hopefully, whenever Gran Turismo 7 comes out, Gran Turismo 8, sorry, comes out, we'll solve some of these issues where you just have that level of unpredictability. Sorry, as I was getting put off by Swillow, taking another peculiar line. Okay, well, we've gained on the leader a little bit. Cockabun has got the fastest lap of the race. We've got held up again, but we are losing a second. Well, we're a second slower than the fastest lap. We're doing 2:10s in traffic. But our tyres, maybe our tyres will start to come good, as they should last longer. Try and look at fuel, 5.1 laps of fuel. Definitely gained a little bit under brakes, maybe not so much around the corners. Come on, turn. Yeah, tyres are wearing nice and evenly. I'm not sure whether I will need to change my tyres. It's going to be an interesting call. Oh, please don't hold me up. I might try my luck here. Come on. No. Yes, just made that work down the inside. Might go and do. Oh, wow, okay. I need to get round Cockabun here. It's, yeah, these corners, they go quite slow. That's nice for P2. See if we can't catch up to P1. Then we'll start to see what kind of race strategy these cars are on. This is so much better now. We've got some clean air. It does definitely make the race more interesting. Having a battle, you know, instead of just having like the fastest car that just wipes the floor up and you're like overtaking them before, or you're lapping them, or you've overtaken all of the field before you've even finished the first lap in the cappuccino. You know, you have to try a little bit harder. And I am interested to see how all of these cars perform. Still not got the fastest lap of the race. Cockabum. I think we lose a little bit on the straights, which is frustrating. I'm going to have to defend this inside line, I think. Don't you even think about it, Mr. Soswillo. He's having a right look now, ain't he, in the rearview mirror? Get out of it, kid. That wasn't the best. Still got 4.1 laps. Right, these are the corners where, oh god, just caught that wall. I've got to get round Gallo here. Yep. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to. Okay, we're in P1 now. Oh, just had to lift off there. I feel like we're losing time on this last sector. We're purple everywhere else, and I don't know whether it's this hairpin or the long straight. Oh no. I think we've lost that time yet. We're slower than our previous. So 2.5, 2.6 seconds. We got a better exit than P2 Gallo. It's gone all the way up to 2.8. But then I think top end wise, 2.9, 3 seconds. Oh, he's gone in the pits, that's why. But Soswillo, look now, 3.2 seconds. It's going down, 3.1. 3 seconds, yeah. The dodge is quite slow. We're topping out at 185-ish, are we? That's weird. We were 0.2. Oh god, that was a terrible first corner. We were 0.2 faster than Cockabun, who has got the fastest lap of the race down the home straight, which would indicate that the Dodge has got better top end speed than Cockabun. Because as he's coming over that home straight, you'd imagine he'd be flying if he were. Anyway, let's see. Can we get a sub 2 minute time, 2 minute 10 time in this Dodge? Fast is smooth, smooth is fast. 6/10, nearly 7/10. Oh god, the track is drying out. That was not the best left-hander, but we did have 7/10 to play with, and the tyres are still looking fine, to be honest. Oh god, yeah, it's still got to be careful of that rear end grip. See, look at that, we lose almost 7/10 through that section, and it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't bad. Can we get into the? Oh, we're already sub 2 minute 10 actually. Can we get the fastest lap? Yeah, there we go. 2 minute 9 with sports hard tyres on, I suppose. Soswillo on the mediums, but Cockabun keeps going. We've got 2 laps of fuel. He had 14% of fuel, Soswillo. We've got 27, so we're doing okay. is alright. Oh, I'm just wondering, do we pit and change tyres? I'm not so sure. 5/10 up on our fastest lap there, so yeah, this does feel better. Car's getting lighter though. And yeah, it just feels quite nice now. The car compared, the track's drier, the car's lighter. Be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, you can get on that throttle earlier, coming out of the corners. I don't think there's any reason to go in the pits just yet. Uh-oh, I might have broke it a little bit late there, I'm not sure. No, we're okay. Again, the rear tyres. Oh, no, save it. That's a shame, that would have slowed our exit speed. So we're going to go again. I think we'll pit lap 8. We haven't got enough fuel to do another lap anyway. And then we'll see where we come out. I think the Dodge can definitely win this race. And we've done a 2-minute 8.6, just a 0.6, 3,000th off from being a 0.7. With sports hard tyres on, you do have to consider that. And we're going to have 4 laps to go. This Cockabun is still going. Oh, that's really not very nice, that first corner. Understeering. We've got mediums. Cockabun's got to be on the hard tyre too, but he's in the Supra, so I think he was in the Supra if I remember correctly. I know I don't need to change tyres, but I could do it just to be safe, because it's probably going to be 2 to 4 seconds time lost changing the tyres, but in terms of like extra time in the pit, but it'd be very close in terms of whether that would be better, because each corner you go around with more worn tyres, you are losing a bit of extra time anyway. So, and the rear tyres, you know, if they start to get a bit worn, it'll only take one crash to potentially throw this race away. So I think I will just change tyres. You probably don't need to, but I will, to be safe. And we're gonna need, that was lap 8. We're gonna need 4 laps of fuel. Is Cockabun coming in? Yeah, he's on the softs. Wow, how has he done that? Where's Gallo? Gallo's a long way behind. Oh, we've smashed this. What is the gap going to be as Gallo comes past? The Dodge is going to win this race convincingly, I believe. Gallo might even need to pit again. Oh, as we brake a little bit late, looks okay. Dry tyres, dry track, new tyres. So, yeah, the track is definitely. Is there any wet sections? Yeah, the moisture meter over. Yeah, is going up on that side. So we're not 100% there yet, but definitely a lot more grip than the beginning of the race, loads more in fact. And we've got new tyres. Well, these probably will take a lap to warm up. With that front end aero, the front end does actually turn in quite nicely. As long as you as I just, oh, I was so close to smashing those tyres. I was going to say, as long as you don't brake too late, it's all about braking a little bit earlier, letting the front end nose in, and then balancing the throttle on the way out. And if it does start to understeer like it did coming out of that corner, just lift, let it come back in line, and then get back on the accelerator again. Trail brake in, lift, let it rotate into third gear on the way out, half throttle, get it straight, full throttle. Now be careful around this left-hander. You turn too much going around that left-hander with a little kink, the back tyre, the rear tyres will spin up. So let me try and give you a little talk around, like kind of a lap guide. Let's go around this track. When the track starts to dry out, you can brake a little bit later. Well, our braking points, what I'm looking for here is when the right hand, the wall with the arrows on it, when that hits the right hand side of the screen, just there, it's just after there, that's where I'm braking, roughly, coming out to the left hand side, turning it in, looking for about a 70 mile an hour apex speed, and then feeding the throttle out. Braking 10 yards before that last lamp post, again 70 mile an hour, third gear, feed the throttle in. Here, just under 140 mile an hour you can go around here, but you lift, turn it in, and then full throttle tight to that inside line. Dab on the brakes, let it turn in, around about 135 is what I'm looking at. Just after the chevrons, brake, oh that wasn't very good, but you brake and then turn in. Here, I've been eyeing this up just after the shadow. Dab on the brakes, 120 mile an hour is what I'm looking at. Just before the 50 marker on the brakes, turn it in. To be honest, it was about 150 mile an hour, but I'm feeling it in the wheel a little bit there. In between the 50 and the 100 on the brakes, 90 mile an hour, turn it in, hit the apex, fourth or third gear. Dab on the brakes, turn it in, fourth gear exit. And then as we come down to this final corner, 200 marker, just on it or just after it. Second gear for rotation. Starts turning in nicely as it gets under 40 mile an hour. Then get the car straightened up before you full throttle in third gear. But just remember to be more cautious when it's wet. You'll have to brake a little bit earlier, shave off a little bit more speed when it's wet. This is when it's dry. Let me see if I can. It's hard to go fast while you're talking around, but we'll see whether we can put in a better lap now. No slipstream. What we're going to be 208.697. Can we dip into the 207s? I think that'd be difficult but possible. So let's go for it. I think I can brake a little bit later there now. I think I lost time. I think I can brake later coming into turn one now. Oh, just carried too much speed coming in. Okay, so no 207 on this lap. Maybe on the next one. So here's what happens. I can maintain like good pace, consistent pace, but as soon as I start thinking about going for PBs, you know, and fastest laps, and I think that's the same with most people. As soon as you push beyond your race pace, that's when the mistakes come in. So let's set up a good exit of this corner and try and go for a last chance saloon. .207 on the final lap. Can we do it? Brake a little bit later into T1. Keep it nice and smooth. Plenty of fuel. We were less than 4/10 off our fastest lap there, but we need to knock over a second off that. Oh no, it looks like we might hit traffic. Just see, we might lap our teammate. Is that the Dodge Viper? Oh no. Oh, we're struggling now. I think we're going to struggle with this traffic in front of us, to be honest, as well. Ah! Just caught the wall. Oh well. Is this the Dodge? Is this our teammate? Blue flags, blue flags. Down the inside, send it, use it. Oh, we lost a lot of time there, that's a big shame. Oh well. We lost the time before the traffic, to be fair, wasn't we? Hit the wall, didn't we? To lift off. Okay. Well, it looks like the Dodge Viper can win this race with this strategy. And also, you know, it's possible of setting decent lap times. A 208.6 with sports hard tyres on isn't the end of the world. What's it going to be? What's the total finishing time going to be? It's a 26. It's going to be over 30 seconds. 26:34. The Dodge Viper, 26:34. With a snakeskin livery on it. Did we get the clean race bonus though? We did hit Suswillow as he was crawling round a corner. We kind of had nowhere to go. So I've got a horrible feeling I might have lost my clean race bonus. Suswillow cost us the clean race bonus. What a muppet. Good job we've got 93 million. Oh, that is a little bit irritating, to be honest. But there we have it. The Dodge Viper. So the next car on the list is the Aston Martin DB11 2016. So let's have a crack at that next video. Let me know in the comments. Do you like this idea? Is this something you're going to find interesting? Let me know, because I'm trying to experiment with different things, make it more interesting for you guys. So yeah, any feedback is much appreciated. But from the Racing Snake, it's over and out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.